It's Friday evening and I'm just about to take a trip to Aberdyfi in Wales. So I've never been to Aberdyfi before. It's a small coastal village just within the sort of Snowdonia area, so just on the coast. Traveling with about 14, 15 of my cousins and uncles for the weekend. So it should be a great adventure. Lots of fun, lots of things to explore. We're staying at a massive mansion, a massive house, I like to call it. 6 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, lots of facilities over there, games room, etc., spa, pool, all of that stuff. So looking forward to that. It should be a great adventure, but dreading the journey. But let's see what the weekend has to hold for us. So on the road for about 4 hours now, just stopped here at Machynlleth. In fact, this gives me a bit of a flashback. 21 years ago, I came here with my school. So on our route to Aberystwyth at the time. So it was a great journey back then when I was 13 years old. So we stayed there in Wales for about good 5 days then. But here in Machynlleth, just for a quick stopover before heading off to Aberdovey. So it should be nice. The journey has been pretty hectic, but on the way we had a bit of a red signal here on our phone. That's the first time, because there's been a red alert put because of the weather. A storm is coming, so I don't think it's going to be the best of weekends. Storm, rainy, heavy winds, 90 miles per hour expected. So hopefully that doesn't kill the whole spirit and the vibe of the camp. So there's about 5 of us on this road right now. The other 11 or so have already made the trip in a minivan, well, not minivan, but a minibus. So yeah, almost there. Let's say about half an hour, 45 minutes, and should reach there. So just arrived at our living quarters. Wow, what a size of this room. Look at that. Look at that. That is absolutely beautiful. So there's about 4 people can stay in this room. There's a wonderful bathtub, almost sort of jacuzzi type bathtub there, seating area. And there's also a shower room there as well. So it is really big. And as you sort of go through, there's a bunch of other rooms as well. Lots to explore. There's a small room here for one person. And that also has a sort of a mini shower room. That's it. And if I keep going, you'll see it's a really big house, by the way. That's another room there. Lights off. But pretty cozy. And there's another one with a bathtub. So it is pretty big. Let's take a trip downstairs. Let's have a look. So there's another small bedroom in there. Someone's already taken this one. And into the kitchen. This is where we go with the kitchen. That's my uncle over there just hanging out. Looks pretty darn awesome. And this is the where everyone's pretty much chilling.
The slow coaches. And do you put the card facing up in it? Yeah. So I'm gonna put my card down.
And the games room here. This is also pretty much a chilling, relaxing area. I love this place here. You can just pretty much come here, have a bit of a cup of tea and relax and just enjoy while someone is playing a bit of pool. And that's my favorite as well. So I'll be playing a bit of this. I love music. Can play the piano, so that should be also a great experience. But as the boys are sort of playing already on the card game, should be great. Here's to a wonderful night. So it's about 11:30 in the evening, and I must say, feeling really tired. But honestly to God, it's a trip where sleep is probably going to be deprived, because when the lads get together, there's nothing but conversation and a lot of games and activities. So gonna head down to play a game of pool with the lads. But in terms of what we're planning to experience here, I mean, tomorrow is just going to be swamped with rain because of the red alert warning. So there will be pretty much stuck indoors. So we try and have as much fun and engagement indoors as possible. So I'm looking forward to that. But I'm going to head down now to play a game of pool, and I don't know how good I am, but hopefully I'll be able to give the lads a good game. So playing my cousin, and I'm about to kick ass. Let's go! Hey, I've just lost to my elder brother. I take defeat gracefully. Honestly to God, whenever you're playing your relatives, your cousins, your uncles, sometimes you can beat your brothers and sisters. That's fine, but losing to them, it's all right. Absolutely fine, because I don't get to play them often. Great game, played them twice, lost both times, but honestly, I enjoy playing him.
Good morning, everyone. It's been a pretty rough night here in Wales at the moment, because obviously staying just off the coast, and it was absolutely pelting it down. Winds of up to 90 miles per hour last night. It's a really rough night, though we went to sleep pretty late. A lot of us was up playing Mafia last night, so there's about 14 of us playing that game. The rules of the game were pretty much simple in terms of 4 mafias, rest are civilians. Can the civilians find out who the mafias are? Only the mafias know who mafias are. So that's the game, rules of the game, for the civilians to find out who the mafias are. But it's about 10 a.m. here. Everyone is still absolutely knocked out, having gone to bed around 5 a.m. My sleep broke around 9 a.m. and only 4 hours of sleep. So I don't know how I'll get through today, but just trying to keep myself warm. It is absolutely freezing here, as you can imagine from the weather, but let's see as the day progresses whether I can get in some energy, have a decent breakfast, and enjoy the rest of the day.
I'm sitting here at the conservatory, and just behind me is the Irish Sea. And so yesterday we didn't have the chance to go and explore much of the area because of the heavy winds and storms. So hopefully today we'll get to sort of go down and see what the local area has to offer. I know there's a golf course just right behind me. There's a couple of people playing there. But it is really sunny today. Hopefully it's not as cold as it was previously, but I mean, in here it feels really warm. So we'll take a tour around the building today, show you around the site where I'm staying, and hopefully you'll get a glimpse of the local area. So this is just the outside view of Brynmorwydd Link House. Not the best of places to park cars, so go have a word with my cousins. There's a garage just right there. I don't know why they didn't park just in front of that. But I mean, just the outside view is really lovely. You can see in fact, the Irish Sea just behind over there. There's a golf course there as well. So it's really nice. I mean, yesterday was a horrendous experience in terms of weather-wise. We didn't get to go out. It was absolutely pouring down. The whole of the UK was suffering from the storm that was happening here on the coast, obviously. It was around 90 miles per hour winds that affected us. So we had a 6-hour power cut. So we weren't sure whether we were going to be able to cook our own food, warm our own lunches and all the dinner and everything. So it was kind of a bit of a panic until around 6 p.m. when the whole electricity and everything came back. So that was a bit of a relief there, because there were even some suggestions that let's pack our bags and go home, which wasn't a nice thing to hear, especially as a recommended option in case the power didn't come back. So gladly the power did come back, so everything was fine. I mean, some of them stayed up until around 7, 8 a.m. playing Mafia. I mean, they absolutely love that game. So, I mean, today we'll be going hopefully to see Aberdyfi beach if it's possible. I mean, I don't know if the lads will agree, but I mean, just to see the local area. I mean, here in this area there isn't much to do. We just came here because it was a nice option, a cheap option, to say the least, so that everyone can pay, and the affordability. I think it was like chipping in £150 for this time of year here in December. So let's see what happens. Oh, just behind there's a bit of a foresty wood area, so might go for a bit of trekking up there if possible. I mean, all in general, I think it's been a good sort of 48 hours so far here. I mean, yesterday I say couldn't do any of the filming, so just this morning waking up and just showing you the beauty of the surroundings. If you love nature and you just love being in the tranquility of the sea, places like this are absolutely wonderful. I mean, to walk up the hill, although it's not much, around 7-8 a.m. in the morning, after pretty much doing an all-nighter, it does get to you. It is pretty challenging to walk up. I don't drive, but hey, stuff like this is done for on the rare occasions, so I gotta take it all in, absorb it, admire it, take in the warmth of the sun this time of year. But it's a nice short trek up the hill. I mean, if I had to give this place a rating out of 5 at this moment in time, probably 2.5, 3. Just purely, it's not necessarily because this place is a bad place, just the weather has disappointed the whole experience so far, because we did have quite a few other things, because it's just at the sort of south of Snowdonia National Park, so we did have sort of plans to go to Snowdonia as well, to do some rock climbing or to go sort of walk up the hills, and so it would have been nice to include all of that as part of the experience, especially for today. But everyone is so tired, having spent all night as playing the games, the PlayStations, Mafia, so all of that. But this is when the lads get together, that's what they do. It's like they just love doing that stuff. So it kind of, as much as it's nice, it also does kill the buzz and spirit for the next day. So if you've got cousins and relatives you go out with, try and balance it out a bit, and I think that way the next day, following day, isn't so overwhelmed, because everyone is about 11:30 right now and everyone is still knocked out. So about to board the mini bus as we're heading just to the local town for some sightseeing.
You'll be the same whether it's flat
You
or
judge
not.
for yourself. You look and observe.
I don't think which room was he sleeping in?
What do you call it? The one on the right.
Nah, he wasn't. He switched. Nah, he switched after that yesterday again.
I saw him sleeping in the right room. Even when I opened the window in the right room.
It's a testosterone.
So at the waterfront, there's nothing much to do. We just saw the local sort of small town. There's 1 or 2 shops, but majority of them are closed. It is a Sunday, but took a picture with them. That's it. So it's going to be a ride back. I mean, there isn't much to do. It's a very, very small, tiny little town here in Aberdyfi. So this is the 60-second challenge, where I'll be aiming to clear all 8 balls in whatever order within 60 seconds. So the rule is you take the break, they will go wherever, and after that the time starts the moment I hit the next ball. So let's get on with it. Okay, the 60 seconds will begin after I take my next shot.
There one man would work our 10 men. That's the kind of people they were.
Come on. I tried. I mean, it wasn't the best of attempts, but got to the last ball, but the white went in. So it's just past midnight on the penultimate day here at the Cottage, and I must say it was a great experience. It's been a wonderful experience to spend with my cousins and uncles. 5 of them have already left, departed early, heading back to London, so they should reach in the next hour or two. So we're heading off, the remainder of us, in the minibus tomorrow at 10 a.m., which is when we have to vacate the property. I mean, it's been a sort of a great get-together. We do this every year, once a year. It's a chance to be able to reconnect with family who have not seen for a very long time. And I'd highly recommend it for anyone who is looking to reconnect with family members who you haven't probably met for quite a number of years, or if not seen for a while, to arrange something like this, because it brings together unity. It allows you to share stories with one another, play games, enjoy, and it's important to keep family and relatives close by. And it's one thing that we in the modern world at this particular point in time are very guilty of, spending too much time away on our own, being independent, that we forget that people who are close to us, what they really mean. So I always urge and encourage, if you have family, relatives, cousins, uncles, aunts, anybody who you have this sort of close bond relationship with, to keep it going, because it brings together a sort of an emotional bond that is pretty much unbreakable. And every year we try to do this to be able to allow us to rekindle the love that we share, and it just helps us to sort of keep going, keep connected, and that's how we grow as a family, as relatives, and that bond will always stay together strong. So we look forward to doing this again, hopefully next year, maybe abroad if possible, but we like to select places and venues which are different, which have different facilities, so very much looking forward to that. So I've enjoyed the trip, heading back tomorrow at 10 a.m, so it should be a 6-hour drive back. Thanks for tuning in, and hope to see you on my next trip. Ciao.